So in terms of photography and filming, everyone is allowed to film the box. But if you're going to try and film other people, please get the permission. If you're interviewing other people, please get permission, as there is a safeguarding issue regarding children around here. Right, so the emergency exit is the closest one, I believe.
Like I say, it's just if it's in one case. I mean, obviously, I'll put like a link in the credits to you, obviously.
Yeah.
But if you want me to stick them there.
Yay or nay on the commentator?
I'm for it, why not?
Oh, it's only that anymore. Baphomet versus RBMK after the reactor. Nice.
I don't want to do this. I do not want to do this. I do not want to do this.
Me neither, man.
Like, I'm genuinely, this robot's going to get ruined.
How's my mind?
I can't afford to rebuild it.
Do you want to tap out, Dave? Okay, so next up we have. Well, first up.
Yeah.
No, do you want to?
You could. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
I thought you had your phone out.
oh yeah, I was just gonna share the stream.
Do you want me to time this one while you're doing that?
I've got a timer.
Yeah, I was to share it after this time.
Okay. So first up we have Baphomet versus RBMK. Roboteers, are you ready?
Not in the slightest.
We're going anyway. 3, 2, 1. Activate! Both robots spin. Oh, only RBMK spinning up and edging its way towards Baphomet. Let's see. David's now. David has tapped out for a tech reasons. No, there was no contact, so.
Dodgy switch. When you know it. That might have been should have been my saving grace. I would have just called it then. Hang on. Hang on. Oops. Oh.
Switch.
No, I don't. It's definitely that switch. Hang on. Mind your fingers.
Massive maintenance.
Power. Why now? Well, no, look, I just. That switch is dodgy as all get out, I think.
I'm fine with letting you repair it. Won't take that long.
Hang on, just bear in mind if it dies out the first spin up, just.
I won't destroy it, don't worry.
Yeah. Alright, let's go for it.
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Activate! Both robots now spinning up and edging towards each other. Very scary move from RBMK. Baphomet seemingly edging away as RBMK steps closer and closer. Baphomet edging closer to the pit there, driving circles around RBMK. This could be a war of attrition going on here, but I believe at some point one robot will hit another, and that is contact! We have contact. That's a solid hit from Baphomet, but Baphomet is now out. And that is the
Switch, yes.
that is the win to RBMK.
Can we have Warlock and Doombar, please?
Okay. Having some controller inversion going. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate! Whoa, very quickly Warlock gets over to Doombar there, but Doombar manages to self-right. Doombar taking two, and that is Doombar off the edge, and a victory to Warlock. Ooh, that was a very good. Okay. So, next up for the third fight, on the left we have Shows Up and Kills Thanos, and on the right we have Triang to Walk. Roboteers, are you ready?
I am, but I don't think he is.
3, 2, 1, activate! Trying to walk very slowly, approaching, shows up and kills Thanos. Shows up and kills Thanos, can't quite do any real damage to Trying to Walk, and that is Trying to Walk in the pit. And a win to Shows Up and kills Thanos. Although it's not quite Thanos.
Oh,
yeah, sure.
Trying to Walk neat. We have Big Hero 6. And on the right we have Round and Round. Roboteers, are you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, activate. Both round and round have spun up, but Big Hero 6 very quickly coming into round and round there. Round and round are attempting to pull a sort of wolfpack tactics. Half of round and round is now in the box. I believe that's round, not round. Meanwhile, Big Hero 6 is spinning up and trying to push the other round into the pit. Meanwhile, round is getting some chips out of that front round. And round off the edge, and that is the win to Big Hero 6. Nice fight. Oh, you know.
What, so you know now?
Yeah, I remember that. I've seen it. I've seen, like, I needed the auditory feedback. Okay, so don't worry, see, I'll crop with you because I can recycle. Okay, so next up in the left we have Because I Can Recycle, and on the right we have Don't Worry Sweetie, I'll Crump With You. Roboteers, are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, activate. Because I Can very quickly getting into the center of the arena there was Don't Worry Sweetie, I'll Crump With You, I'm just going to call it Crump from now on, is moving around and attempting to outmaneuver Because I Can, and seemingly successfully doing that. Because I Can struggling to get underneath Crump. Crump very well getting underneath, but Matt struggling to get Because I Can to where it wants it to be, presumably off the edge. Because I Can is having some control issues, it would seem. This is definitely a very strong fight from Crump, who seems to be gaining control of this entire fight for the majority of the time. Because I Can now on its left wheel, on the left corner here, managing to get out of its own circumference a little there, but will it fall over? I believe that's a count now. That's 9, 8. Oh, no, he's moving back out of his own bone sphere, and he's back up the right way. That should be. We should now see Crump desperately trying to control this fight again. Now that Because I Can is back in its upright position and driving, but both robots are actually barely equally matched right now. We've got a little bit of skirmishing here on the left. Neither robot is managing to get the other robot near to either of the pits in this arena. This is definitely going to be a battle of control as it goes out. And oh, that is Because I Can in the pit, and the win goes to Don't Worry Sweetie, I'll crump with you. And the meme is on the projector.
Not that meme, but this is not...
And next up on the left we have TikTok, and on the right we have Spin Crazy. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Activate. Both robots very quickly getting out there. Spin Crazy already very quickly onto his side. Of course, this is not, as we've just pointed out, the first time that these two robots have fought each other. TikTok going for an entirely control-based approach here, trying to wedge Spin Crazy into the corner so they can't manage to spin up that forward blade. Attempting to get over the edge if we had our smaller arena. Whoa! And that is the top left claw of TikTok having a chip taken out of it by Spin Crazy. Spin Crazy seems a little bit uncontrolled right now, but TikTok somehow still managing to maintain a level of control in this fight. Slowly getting chipped away. Spin Crazy revving up, but struggling to get a solid bash. And oh, that was TikTok almost out of the left arena side. TikTok now assessing the situation, it would appear, and trying to get in behind Spin Crazy and pushing into the pit. Spin Crazy almost, and that is Spin Crazy in the pit and a win for TikTok. That was a good fight.
Can we have Please Shut Up versus Night Howler?
Yep, that's
unless
the whole.
Bulletproof unless Bulletproof is ready. Right, then Please Shut Up versus Night Howler.
If we reach the end of this list, I feel like we're going to have to...
I have my...
Okay, so next up in the left we have Night Howler, and in the right we have Please Shut Up. I hope that's not directed at me. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Activate! Both robots very quickly getting out there. This should be an interesting fight as both robots use very non-destructive weapons. That was almost Please Shut Up pushing, and that is Night Howler in the pit and the win for Please Shut Up. In the left side of the arena, currently under the alias of Surprise, the robot Spintop, and on the right side of the arena we have Beanarino. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Both spinners spinning up. This is whoa, and Spintop instantly spinning up, and wow, that is currently bouncing around. Both robots need to touch. Oh no, Beanarino was caught on
Not doing. Okay.
And there we go. Now both robots have touched. This is going to carry on going. Spin Top, or Surprise as he's currently known, is drifting towards the edge. And that is the win to Beanarino. So, next up on the left we have Bulletproof, and on the right we have Out of Micro Control, or Out of Micro Troll. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Both robots getting into the center. This should be a very decisive pushing match. Bulletproof seems to have the upper hand in pushing, but I'm fairly certain that Out of Micro Troll has the far superior style points going on. Oh, and Out of Micro Troll is now on top of Bulletproof. Bulletproof attempting to navigate Out of Micro Troll into a pit, although having more difficulty than I thought he might in this particular endeavor. The single eye on the top of Micro Control. And that is the win for Bulletproof.
So, it's my fault for standing up like that.
I've got my elbows getting everywhere. So next up we have on the left Third Law, and on the right Ant Kev. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Whoa, Ant Kev very quickly getting in, and underneath Third Law, and that is Third Law out. Once again a very quick performance from Ant Kev. Right, every time Psychopathy, and on the right we have POW, Plank of Wood. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Whoa, Plank of Wood spinning up very quickly and almost out of the arena.
There was
Psychopathy and Psychopathy pushes Plank of Wood out of the arena, and that is the win for Psychopathy.
I have never wheeled in my life. I can dance.
Left we have Valkyrie, and on the right we have Sir Shovelot. Roboteers, are you ready?
Hold on.
Oh. And some configuration changes to Valkyrie.
Yep, no, it's good.
Okay, Roboteers, are you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, activate. And that's Valkyrie already spinning up and grinding into the side of Sir Shovelot. Sir Shovelot, oh, and Sir Shovelot is tweeted out of the side of the arena.
Right, can we have rent?
Okay. So now in the left we have Manticore, and on the right we have Rented for the Roboteers' Pleasure. Thank you very much. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Manticore very quickly moved, dodging out the side of Rented for the Roboteers' Pleasure. This is, oh, and that is Rented for the Roboteers' Pleasure, backward reversing and pushing Manticore out of the arena. You break it, you bought it, and that's Torque Lift. Okay, cool. So, next up in the left of the arena we have Torque Lift, and on the right we have You Break It, You Brought It. You bought it? Bought it. Bought it. Roboteers, are you ready? Yep. 3, 2, 1, activate. Both robots very quickly getting into the center of the arena with You Break It, You Bought It, getting very quickly over to the other side. That was almost one of the robots. Actually, in fact, both of the robots very nearly went into the pit there. And again, that was You Break It, You Bought It, going close to the near side pit just there. Both robots. Oh, and Forklift manages to get You Break It, You Bought It upside down, and that seems to be the demise, and that's a win to Torquelift.
I don't know what's up with it. It's like keep...
Advent, literally a mouse with wheels. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Isosaurus very quickly getting over to Advent's side. Advent sort of squeaking around. Oh, and Advent is underneath Isosaurus. Will Advent manage to get Isosaurus out? Oh, Isosaurus backing away from the side of the pits there. Getting underneath Advent very successfully. Advent managing to push managing to push Isosaurus around. Both robots are having a few issues with the tape on our arena here. Of course, this will be fixed in the next time that we manage to build a flat plate on the arena. But for now, it is an obstacle that they will both have to contend with. And Advent is upside down. 10, 9, 8, and that's Advent counted out. That's the win to Isosaurus. That's actually not how I expected that to go at all.
Yes, ready.
Cool. So that is.
An unflippable robot to win against the flip.
No, I was expecting percussive maintenance to tech support Boogaloo and Micronewton. I assume that's Micronewton. Yes. Okay. So next up on the left we have percussive maintenance 2 tech support Boogaloo versus on the right Micronewton Roboteers. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Both robots very quickly getting out, but I think Micronewton getting out a bit faster. And Micronewton's managed to flip percussive maintenance upside down. Almost got percussive maintenance out the side there. Percussive maintenance is now on his back. 10, we're going to start counting out. 9, 8, 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is the win to Micronewton.
Right, can we have Super Nintendo?
Oh, Super Nintendo Charmers.
Yeah.
And Berserker.
Oh, I like the logo. This is the one that allows us to actually move.
Okay, so next up in the left we have Super Nintendo Charmers versus Berserker on the right. Roboteers, are you ready? Yeah. 3, 2, 1, activate. Berserker having a little bit of a struggle to spin up, of course. Now is in full spin. Super Nintendo Charmers rounding around Berserker, and that is both robots out at seemingly the same time, I think. What are we going to do there, judges?
Slow motion replay? Yeah, can we
Can't, I don't think we do slow motion
If there
replay.
was an aggressor, as decided by the
Are you
judges.
ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, activate. Reactivate, I should be saying. Berserker spinning up and walking slowly towards Super Nintendo Charmer. Super Nintendo Charmer trying the same thing as last time to circle around Berserker, and is doing a few bits of damage, or managing to chip Berserker towards the pit. Berserker currently jiggling his way to try and hit Super Nintendo Charmer, but not managing to get that solid hit on, although just managed to take a chip out of the front left, and now the back left, and that's one of Super Nintendo Charmer's wheels out, and that is, I believe, Super Nintendo Charmer out for the count, and that is the win to Berserker. Luke.
Far better than I am.
Can you start counting?
You didn't need count.
Okay.
Sounds ready.
Yep.
So, use treat as blank. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Slowness. So epic slowness from Black Sea.
Really slow.
Well,
Get out me,
Go on.
yeah, I don't know quite. Aegis retreaters don't seem to have much coordination between the two of them.
Shut up.
Sorry.
Fano, snap him. Fano, snap him. I'll do it.
Yeah,
Push me. You're dreadful. Push me.
You'd much rather that happen than any of this. On the left, we have minigame, and on the right, we have wait for it. Roboteers, are you ready? Yes. 3, 2, 1, activate. Whoa, and minigame already spinning up and going to do some damage to wait for it, and cutting it away for it. Hits the road. That's a chip out of the front and wait for it, and a win for minigame. That was solid.
That was his first fight one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Bah.
That tingled.
So, next up, on the left, we have Barrowbot, and on the right, we have Ant Spinner. Roboteers, are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, activate. Both spinners spinning up now. Whoa, Barrowbot very quickly getting over to Ant Spinner. Ant Spinner almost out of the high walls. Barrowbot and Ant Spinner has tapped out, giving the win to Barrowbot. nice. That's why.
Yeah, no, I've seen that.
Next up we have it just came out of the oven like that, colon parentheses, versus Lego My Lego. Roboteers, are you ready? Sure. Okay. 3, 2, 1, activate. Of course, colon parentheses was the winner of our last championship and very quickly gets Lego My Lego into the pit.
I'm unsurprised.
Okay, so next up, on the left we have Zero, and on the right we have Working As Intended. This will be a pusher versus a gripper. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Whoa, Working As Intended very quickly getting close to Zero here. Zero takes him. Whoa! And that is a win to Zero. Very aggressively pushing Working As Intended into the pit. So, next up in the left we have Stewie versus on the right, Life and Death. Strikes fear into even I, such that I forget its name. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Life and Death is commonly known as one of the scariest robots that we have in our society, despite not winning the last year's championship. And that is Stewie is immobile. That's the win to Life and Death.
Can I just make a point? He's got up before you said activate.
Okay, so we have Solder Burn versus Team Fights Little Sights. And we'll go in. Okay, are you both ready? Yeah. Yeah, gotta do that. 3, 2, 1, activate!
I don't really have any control.
Have Rocket and Send Help. Both ready?
Which one sent help?
Okay. 3, 2, 1, activate!
It's not even I can predict. Looks like it's going to be it.
Minimum damage.
Is nobody counting?
I mean, yeah, he's dead. Okay, we have Baphomet versus Doombar. Both you ready?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. 3, 2, 1, activate. Oh! That's a win to Baphomet.
that was scary. I forgot that doesn't drive very well upside down. It does drive, but just...
Trying to walk versus out of micro troll. Both ready? Yeah. 3, 2, 1, activate! I should be timing this, shouldn't I?
When we upload this, can we just play the most epic music?
How long can I pin?
When my battery's down.
Yeah, your battery.
Got the pushing power. Just got to line up.
This is an absolute classic.
Come on! Yes!
Go on, push it. You can do it. Towards the pit. Come on. Go on. Go on. Go on.
So win to out of micro troll. Cycled versus spin crazy. Both ready? Yep. 3, 2, 1, activate! Oh, and that is a win too because I can recycle. Activate. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there was run tap.
Definite contact. That's a win to Night Howler. So we have Sir Shovelot. You both ready? Yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1, activate. There was no contact. There's no contact there, so if we reset the robots, we can restart the fight. And this one can be commentated over.
Oh, immediately. Okay.
No rest for you.
So Chevrolet versus Plank of War. Roboteers. 3, 2, 1. Activate. Plank of Wood spinning up, and Plank of Wood immediately out again. No contact. What a shame. We're carrying on.
It is combat, gentlemen. You have to
You go.
Basically, I think
many
after
no
this, so it's like 1, 2,
contact
3.
switches do we do?
So if there's no contact, and it's basically more or less if whoever it is.
If no contact this side, just cancel.
Did you fall off twice?
Yes.
Okay, so if you fall off again, then that's the win to just have a lot.
They've both fallen off once.
They've both
Oh yeah,
fallen off
you fell off first time.
So whoever falls off this time,
Yeah, let's talk about that one. We want to go for it.
one submission and knockout.
Okay. So for the third time running, Plank of Wood versus Sir Chevrolet. 3, 2, 1. Activate. Plank of Wood spinning up again, getting dangerously close to being falling out the corner, spinning down and slowly moving towards the center of the arena where it begins to spin up again. Sir Chevrolet attempting to, will one of these robots just touch one of the other ones? Sir Chevrolet going for it, and that's it, they touched each other. That's it. Whoever goes out first now will lose. And so Sir Chevrolet wins.
Can we have Super Nintendo Charmers?
Super Nintendo Charmers versus... You break it, you board it. Okay. So, next up, we have in the left, Super Nintendo Charmers versus in the right, You Break It, You Bought It. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. You break it, you bought it very quickly, getting over to Super Nintendo Charmer's side there. Super Nintendo Charmer, and Super Nintendo Charmer is on the corner of the pit, waiting for You Break It, You Brought It to just come in, and they're being counted out now on the 8, 7, 5, and there we go. Super Nintendo Charmers is in the pit. Our pizza will decide whether or not he wants to rush it through it. So, in the left we have, this is Ant Spinner, and in the right we have, wait for it, Roboteers, are you ready? Yes. 3, 2, 1, activate. Of course, interestingly, Ant Spinner did lose its last round, but Wait For It has suffered major damage from the last bout it had. Although Wait For It, as doing as his namesake and waiting for it, attempting to get underneath Ant Spinner here. Ant Spinner, though, managing to take chips out the side of Wait For It. Wait For It trying to get the scoop on Ant Spinner. Ant Spinner now having some issues on the terrain and from the gyroscopic force of his own spinner. Though managing to do a little clip out of the back of Wait For It attempting to get Ant Spinner out the back, but struggling maybe against that gyroscopic force. And Ant Spinner is now inside Wait For It, but not doing any critical component damage. Wait For It now over to the backs of its starting arena, and is going to be wanting to finish this relatively quickly, I should imagine, in order to get away from any potential damage. Getting Ant Spinner upside down, Ant Spinner is now on its backside, going out of control as we've seen it done before, attempting to get itself the right way up and is caught. Currently upside down, attempting to get itself the right way up. We can hear drilling sounds now. Oh no, and it's managed. We just started a countdown there, but it's managed to get itself the right, almost the right way up, going purely on gyroscopic motion. It's gonna, and it's back over. Translating horizontally across the arena, now spinning out of control with its back. Attempting to get. And again, it started to get counted out now. We're looking to get this robot in the pit and Wait For It, and there we go. It is pitted by Wait For It, giving Wait For It the win. A very interesting match. So next up in the left we have Stewie, and on the right we have, working as intended, Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Stewie very quickly getting over to working as intended. Working as intended, presumably will try to take a control route at this approach here, trying to grip using that powerful gripper on Stewie. Working as intended is on its back now. We're going to start a countdown. A countdown is starting. We're at 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Oh, and working as intended has now got the right way up, not giving a win to Stewie. Working intended is running inverted, but this is seeming to cause some problems for its drivers. Stewie is now getting... Oh, Stewie almost had working as intended into the pit, and again fails to get it quite in the pit, flipping it, almost attempting out of the arena. And that is working as intended in the arena, and the win to Stewie. Very decisive. In the left of the arena we have Warlock, and on the right we have RBMK. Roboteers, are you ready? Yep. 3, 2, 1, activate! Oh, that was a very, very... What are we calling that?
Start your positions because you jumped the gun.
Yeah.
I know it's not
We'll be able to drive there.
Okay, we're having a restart now. 3, 2, 1, activate! Both robots now starting up after the activate. It was cool. Of course, RBMK is a very formidable opponent here, being the winner. And that is the win to Warlock! Very good control.
Okay, so
Okay, so next up in the left we have Bulletproof, and on the right we have Shows Up and Kills Thanos. Robot. We've got a little bit of banter between the drivers. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate! Okay, that's Bulletproof very quickly getting up to Shows Up and Kills Thanos. Shows Up and Kills Thanos is proving very ineffectual with that top spinner, struggling to land any hits on the other robots so far, but very easily pushes Bulletproof into the pit, winning the round. Oh, that's it.
What can you do? Get my wheels off the ground.
oh, so that's why I prefer purposeful speed.
Can we have Dory and Big?
We have Big Hero 6, and on the right we have Dory. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate! Big Hero 6 very quickly getting over to Dory's side of the arena, and Dory struggling to gain any traction here. This is apparently Dory's driver's first competitive match, so we should expect some interesting play to see here. I usually find that earlier drivers tend to invoke interesting tactics. Currently, almost managing to grip onto Big Hero 6. Big Hero 6, though, dominating as far as control goes of this arena, and managing to push Dory out of the arena, and the win goes to Big Hero 6. On the left we have Solderburn after a few technical developments, and on the right Send Help after a few not technical developments. Roboteers, are you ready?
I guess.
3, 2, 1, activate. Should be an interesting matchup. Obviously Solderburn has a weapon, although it seems to be ineffective at the moment, whereas Send Help here, driven by Theo, who has won a previous Roboteers championship. So we should see. Oh, and that's Solderburn's weapon spinning up, but not managing to get to full throttle. It would appear that Send Help is offering Solderburn some time to, and that is Solderburn in the pit, and the win goes to Send Help. Oh, and that's the controller on the floor. So, next up we have what is in my mind, or brings to my mind, horrors of the internet. On the right, don't worry, sweetie, I'll crump with you. And on the left, the accursed platform on which it was hosted, TikTok. Roboteers, are you ready?
Yeah, whatever you ever will be.
I never am. 3, 2, 1, activate. Oh, TikTok very quickly getting over to Crump's side, but Crump very quickly getting underneath TikTok and driving it. Oh, Crump almost driving into the pit. TikTok struggling to get a grip on Crump here. Crump actually gaining a lot of control traction over the course of this fight. Very easily wedging himself underneath the bottom of TikTok, and that is TikTok in the pit. And a victory to Don't Worry Sweetie, I'll crump with you.
Could be worse. At least it's not red, white, blue, and don't worry, sweetie, I'll trump with you. This is not that. This is
I should make a robot called Fruit News. Okay, so next up on the left we have Please Shut Up, and on the right we have Beanerino. Roboteers, are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, activate. Please shut up, taking a rightward turn there, perhaps trying to get underneath Beanerino. Very, very controlled play from Please Shut Up. Managing to take Beanerino, tempting it, just messing with it here, pushing it, and that is Beanerino solidly in the pit. Very, very good controlled play from Please Shut Up.
And a very, very relieved James, I think we have to say.
That was
a very relieved James.
Yes, it's pretty beat up as it is.
That was
damage there,
oh,
there.
I'm a build and not a driver.
Okay, so next up on the left, well, today we'll have the battle of the Kevbots. On the left we have Mini Kev, and on the right we have Ant Kev. Roboteers, are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, activate. That's very quickly Ant Kev getting in under Mini Kev there. Mini Kev is having some drive issues, as this is the first time that the pilot of this has driven Mini Kev. But that, I guess, is the fun of the sport. Mini Kev's driver is getting some...
Pete, have you pressed the wall down while you're there?
We have on the left Valkyrie, and on the right Psychopathy. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Whoa, that is Psychopathy getting extremely fast off Valkyrie's side, attempting to get under there before Valkyrie can do any damage. Valkyrie, though, not needing to do much, and that is Psychopathy in the pit, and the win goes to Valkyrie.
The Shri tab didn't work, so we make it thicker next time.
We have an interesting lineup here. On the left we have Rented for the Roboteers' Pleasure, and on the right we have the second of the 2 Lego robots in this championship. Lego out of here. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Activate. So, Lego out of here slowly walks towards Rented for the Roboteers' Pleasure. Of course, the only way that Lego out of here could manage to work using full Lego motors is if it was a walker, hence why it's a walker. Rented for the Roboteers' Pleasure is able to very easily get under and hook onto it. Lego out of here struggling to get any traction against Rented here, although somehow managing to remain. I will be interested in seeing what will happen if Lego... the driver of Lego out of here is just laughing now. Barely... and that is Lego out of here. Lego going out of here. Come on! Lego out of here, straight out. Lego out of here. Pushed out of here. The win goes to Rented for the Roboteers' Pleasure. Oh, what a match. And Team Trial and Improvement on the left, Berserker, and on the right, Torque Lift, driven by guest driver Peter. Roboteers, are you ready?
Yeah, you should put that all the way down on the floor.
So, Torque Lift driver getting some advice from the creator of the robot. 3, 2, 1, activate. Whoa, Berserker spins up there and slowly walks towards Torque Lift, doing a little bit of damage to that front panel. Whoa! That is Berserker very quickly into the pit, and a win to Torque Lift. Trial and Improvement indeed. Berserker's a fairly new robot to their team. Okay, so now up next on the left we have Micro Newton, and on the right we have Tyrant, spelled Ty-ant.
That's how you spell it normally.
I know, but I wanted to put emphasis on the pun. A good pun should never go missed. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. And that is Micronewton is getting very close to Tyrant. Tyrant's doing a solid amount of damage to the front of Micronewton. Micronewton has a very, very robust Shrew Mech though, and he's managed to get it back up, and that's Tyrant out! That is a win to Micronewton. And if I do say so, I think the Shrew Mech robustness really helped it there. The self-writing valve.
Already stuck on the floor.
So, on the left, next up we have Isosaurus. Isosaurus. There you go. I had it right in my head immediately at the beginning. Isosaurus. And on the right we have See It, Say It, Sorted. Two vision-based names. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Isosaurus, whoa, very quickly getting in under See It, Say It, Sorted. See It, Say It, Sorted is writing itself. Of course, I personally love saw robots, so I'm hoping to see some cutting action. But actually what I'm seeing is a lot of very, very good flipping at the moment. See It, Say It, Sorted, currently struggling to write itself. Meanwhile, Isosaurus is getting itself, he's managing to get underneath See It, Say It, Sorted and try to get it out over those higher walls, but is struggling despite that powerful flipper. See It, Say It, Sorted, however, has yet to actually get Isosaurus into a grippable, drillable position. Isosaurus is almost getting See It, Say It, Sorted over one of the shorter walls, but struggling. It's just playing around with See It, Say It, Sorted at this moment. See It, Say It, Sorted is struggling to spin up.
Physically can't rotate in a way.
It's struggling to rotate away from Isosaurus. Isosaurus very easily going underneath See It, Say It, Sorted. This match, whoa! See It, Say It, Sorted trying to do a little bit of saw-based damage on Isosaurus, but not managing to do much, but it has revved up that spinning blade now. Oh, almost going for the left wheel, and Isosaurus managing to very cleanly jump See It, Say It, Sorted over the back and towards the pit, but not quite landing it. Isosaurus now going to attempt to flip it back. Interestingly here, I think I'm seeing, Isosaurus is using a switch to flip that, and that is See It, Say It, Sorted out of the arena, very closely cutting its own control cables, and See It, Say It, Sorted, oh no, loses. There we go. Oh man, too many vision puns. It's fine. So, next up we have a battle between Team Azure. On the left we have For Fox's Sake, that's Fox, just to clarify, and on the right we have Yeetus and Retreatus, haha, yeah man Chad. Roboteers, are you ready?
I think so. I'm ready to lose.
3, 2, 1, activate. Whoa, that's For Fox's Sake getting in very quickly underneath Retreatus. Yeetus managed to do some damage. Yeetus and Retreatus piling up on top of themselves. For Fox's Sake, very quick robot, very comparable, I think, in speed and flipping. Oh! And that is For Fox's Sake into Yeetus and Retreatus. Ha-ha! Yeah, man, chat.
Why did I make two of them? Why did I make two of them?
Minigame and minigame. Okay, so next up in the left corner we have BarrelBot, who's proved itself to be quite a formidable opponent, and on the right-hand side we have Minigame, that has also proved itself to be quite a formidable opponent. Roboteers, are you ready? Yep. 3, 2, 1, activate. Both robots spinning up almost immediately, and actually Minigame not spinning up but breaking there. BarrelBot managing to do a little bit. Oh, BarrelBot is flicking about some of that spun up Minigame. Minigame is now upside down and is being counted out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is the win to BarrelBot. Next up, we have Vampire on the left, and on the right, smiley face or colon parentheses, depending on how you read it. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, action! activate. Vampire spinning up very quickly, and Colon Parentheses getting in underneath. Wow, that is a chip taken out of Colon Parentheses. Of course, Colon Parentheses was the Roboteers champion last year, but let's see how he fares against some of these more devastating spinners. That was Vampire Stunning, and oh, will Colon Parentheses be able to make use of that? Not quite. Vampire has some stability issues. Once spun up, apparently, it would seem that Colon Parentheses was trying to take advantage of this as much as possible. Vampire spinning on its side, and Vampire out! And a very decisive win to Colon Parentheses. Good game. Zero. Okay, so next up we have quite a corker of a fight. On the left in metal we have Zero, and on the right we have Life and Death. Roboteers, are you ready? Yep. 3, 2, 1, activate. Zero moving out and very delicately approaching Life and Whoa! That is Life and Death spun itself out on impact with Zero. A very fast fight indeed. And that is a win to Zero. And a little damage to our arena. Next up, on the left, we have Team Fight's Little Sights. And on the right, we have Rocket, driven by not Rocket's driver. So this should be interesting. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Both robots are quickly getting up. Rocket choosing to spin up its spinner while Little Sights get closer to Rocket. It would appear... Oh no, Rocket has got caught. And Team Fight's Little Sight has counted itself out. That is the win to Rocket.
It was the arena that saved it. It is.
That does feel
Why is it? Because I put the armor on.
Is that why you're only running one? Did you interview?
Send Help in the left and RBMK in the right. Roboteers, are you ready? Yep. 3, 2, 1, activate. So this should be an interesting fight again, as is any fight with RBMK.
Charge with the wedge BO.
It is terrifying, fast, and screwy. The audience are shouting words of support to help me, to send help right now. RBMK nicking it a little bit and slowly edging towards Send Help. Oh, taking a rip out of the backside of Send Help. Send Help is now getting flung about, but so is RBMK. RBMK now being flung back to its own corner. Send Help is receiving words of help and wisdom from the other members around the arena. Everybody wants Send Help to win. Of course, if Send Help wins this will be 2 fights that RBMK will have lost. And that is a wire out 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. And that is the victory to RBMK. Okay, so next up we have a pretty nice little matchup actually. I think on the left we have Dory and on the right we have Lego My Lego. Roboteers, are you ready? Yep. 3, 2, 1, activate! Oh, both robots sort of stuttering into the center there, meeting it a fairly even match. Both robots seem to have equal pushing power. Of course, Dory does have that flipper and slant on the front, though Lego My Lego managing to hold back quite a reasonable amount there. This actually is fairly well matched, considering one is made entirely of Lego.
Thanks for that qualifier.
Oh, and that is Lego My Lego in the gripper of Dory, but not quite managing to be placed out. Lego My Lego being flipped, but is of course invertible, so that does not seem to be causing any problems. I know that actually Lego My Lego is programmed to be driven inverted as well as regularly. So actually inversion is less of a problem than for most Roboteers for this particular robot. Of course, Dory almost managed to get Lego My Lego into the pit there, but Lego My Lego managed to just get out in time. This is certainly becoming a game of strategic driving rather than aggression or speed, as both robots are relatively slow but have a relatively high degree of control to them. Oh, Dory again trying to grip Lego My Lego and bring him towards the pit, but struggling there. Lego My Lego, again, every time that robot is flipped up, he's inverting the control scheme and allowing himself to drive normally.
Yes.
Oh, and Lego My Lego's on the side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is the win to Dory. A very good fight there. That came in at 125.
My heart was in my mouth.
So many videos to name.
Where's the hashtag rest? Why is there? No, that's not allowed.
What? Okay, well we'll work on that as the fight occurs. Thanks for the heads up. Oh, spreadsheet's being funky. Okay, TikTok versus wait for it. Okay, so next up, in the left we have TikTok, and on the right we have, wait for it, Roboteers. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Activate! Both robots getting into the centre at about the same time. This is going to be interesting. TikTok, with its more open there, trying to grab wait for it. Interestingly, I think both of these robots drive in a sort of very controlled style of game. Obviously, TikTok being a gripper, they'll be wanting to go for control, whereas wait for it, taking the name from not only some obscure Friends reference, I think, but also is a name that seems to reflect the driving tactics of Peter here, who tends to go for a very strategic approach. So this fight, as we're seeing here, should involve a lot of strategy from the two robots. Oh, and wait for it, has managed to grab TikTok. The gripper has been gripped, and TikTok is attempting to be released out. No. I don't know if wait for it can even release TikTok at this point. And it's releasing... TikTok has been released now. TikTok is caught on the edge. 10. Oh, no, and TikTok is now... Oh, immediately back on the edge. TikTok... Oh, and TikTok has been released back into the arena. The fight is now elapsed for 1 minute and 10 seconds as these two strategically playing robots duke it out against each other. Both robots squaring up and looking at each other. Oh, and TikTok now... Oh, for a minute there, and TikTok is on the edge again, trying to get itself off. Wait for it, it's not letting that. I think that's... and wait, TikTok now back facing the arena. TikTok attempting to grip onto wait for it, attempting to get under TikTok. If this carries on for much longer, we've just elapsed the halfway point of the fight, we might have to go to a judge's decision. TikTok currently desperately trying to grapple. Wait for it. There's not much to say here, folks. This is a very... Oh, and that is TikTok. One wrong move and TikTok backs into the pit. But that was a very, very close match.
Okay, we have Blanksy versus Beanarino. Both of you ready? Yeah. Then 3, 2, 1, activate. Got Beanarino spinning off as Blanksy advances very slowly and now backs away. No contact yet. Beanarino's jerking over, and now there has been contact, so he will end up off
I don't
the
want
edge.
to spin it up so much that it cuts out.
Spin it up enough that it cuts out.
Yeah, driver of Blanksy taunting the driver of Beanarino.
Is that meant to be coming out?
That's just my ablative armour. No bleating.
Hey, an actual hit there, and some print seems to have been torn off Blanksy. Oh, very methodical here from Beanarino. So.
Oh, guys.
Oh, there you go. Some bits of Coke can now on the arena. And Beanarino's got a bit bored, spinning up a little bit more.
No.
And, oh! taking off there. Oh, it looks like Blanksy is high-centered, but Beanarino is... Yeah, just 10, 9, 8, 7... Okay, no, we got to restart because he touched it. Okay, 10, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's win to Beanarino. Can we have Mini Kev or...
Okay, so next up in the left we have Mini Kev Or, and on the right we have Advent. Roboteers, are you ready? Yeah. 3, 2, 1, activate. Oh, Mini Kev Or getting very, very quick underneath Advent there, but Advent's still managing to stay alive. Advent's actually surprisingly fast from the last time I saw him. Mini Kev Or getting in as well. Actually, both of these are very fast robots. I'm marginally surprised. Oh, and that is Advent out of the arena, and the win goes to Mini Kev Or. I'm more than my robot didn't fight. So next up on the left we have Psychopathy, and on the right we have Percussive Maintenance 2, Tech Support Boogaloo. Roboteers, are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Fight me, you are.
Psychopathy
My
is...
drive's way too lopsided now, don't
Psychopathy is only baiting Percussive Maintenance due to a lopsided drive, apparently. The Streamex seems to be working well on Percussive Maintenance and Psychopathy. Whoa, that was Psychopathy missing a chance to exploit Percussive Maintenance being upside down near the pit there. Both of these robots actually seem fairly lined up with them. So, that is Percussive Maintenance upside down. Psychopathy flips it out of the arena. We have Lego out of here. Roboteers, are you ready? Yes. 3, 2, 1, activate. You bought it very quickly, getting over to Lego out of here side of the arena. Lego out of here, walking towards it, and oh my word! That's Lego out of here winning the match against you. Breaking, you brought it. That was 3, 2, 1, activate. Manticore edging towards Berserker. Berserker walking slowly towards Manticore and getting a few chips on the front of that mallet there. Manticore getting hit around a bit, but surviving quite nicely against the... Oh, and that's a chunk taken out of Manticore, and Berserker has tapped out, giving the win to Manticore.
Can we have Tyrant versus Shovelot, followed by CXX Sorted versus Third Law?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, activate. That is Third Law edging close to CXX Sorted. Third Law, very, very controlled movement of CXX Sorted there, but just quite missing the pit. CXX Sorted is being told to attempt to saw him, but is now saying that the saw does not actually reach that far. CXX Sorted now going down to saw into Third Law, not managing to do loads of damage, but doing a little bit to the tip. Oh, and has taken a chunk out of the front of Third Law. Is now going into the top of Third Law, but doesn't seem to have a load of pushing force with that drill. The two robots are gripped in combat here. Third Law has now backed off after sustaining minor damage to the front mid of the top of its chassis, and is now attempting to grip up against CXX Sorted again, presumably with the aim of pushing him into a pit or off the edge of the arena. CXX Sorted now again in that same position. I wonder if... Oh, he's pushing forward with the thing, and now he's spun up the spinner and attempting to cut into Third Law. Not doing loads of damage, and is now attempting to push Third Law backwards, seemingly. Interestingly, Third Law is... Oh, and I've just been told that the spinner work is no longer working on CXX Sorted. Does seem to have a very powerful drive, though. Was easily able to go up against Third Law in that push match just then against the edge of the arena. Both robots seem to be fairly well matched, apart from the fact that when Third Law manages to line itself upright, it can provide a lot of pushing force to the behind of See It, Say It, Sorted. And that is Third Law in the pit, and the win goes to See It, Say It, Sorted.
That was great.
Oh, nice match. Tyrant and Sir Shovelot, so that is Sir Shovelot on the left and Tyrant on the right. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Oh, Tyrant spins up very quickly. Sir Shovelot gets in there, attempting presumably to get Tyrant out before he gets a chance to spin up that fairly devastating vertical spinner. Tyrant now taking chunks out of Sir Shovelot, but not, and shoving Sir Shovelot off the edge of the arena. And that is a win to Tyrant. Okay, so next up in the left we have Night Howler, and in the right we have For Fox's Sake, that is Fox, not the other word. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Whoa, for Fox's Sake, getting extremely fast over to Night Howler's side, flipping Night Howler. Night Howler is upside down, managing to utilise that Scream Mech. For Fox's Sake, Night Howler is being counted out. 8, 7, 6, and that is Night Howler yeeted out of the arena by For Fox's Sake, and a little victory dance by For Fox's Sake. Next up, we have Minigame versus Because I Can Recycled. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Because I Can Recycle, getting in very close to Minigame there. Minigame on its side. This should be interesting, as Because I Can Recycle is made into... Oh, and Because I Can Recycle pushes Minigame out after some kind of electrical failure. Oh, and he's driving again, some kind of transmission failure there. But that is the win to Because I Can Recycle. One round today. Roboteers, are you ready? Yep. 3, 2, 1, activate. Vampire spinning up and round awesome spin. Whoa! That was an instant dual knockout there. I think following on what we've done before, that will be a reset. If they both work, that is.
I think I'm still working, probably.
He's got the gloves.
I was like, should I try?
Round is still functioning, and Vampire is still functioning. We're on.
Well, I reckon my spinner's dead.
Round spinner might be dead. Roboteers, are you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, activate. Both robots now spinning up and doing some immense damage to each other there. Oh, that is Vampire taking chips out of Round. Oh, that is Round's corner. 10, and Round has tapped out. Giving the win to Vampire.
The wheel is just all over.
Is the drive shaft in bits, sir?
I mean the motor.
Okay, so next up on the left of the arena we have Out of Micro Troll, and on the right we have Life and Death Resurrected. This should be interesting. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Activate! Out of Micro Troll is edging towards its seething demise. Oh, Out of Micro Troll has lost a wheel, and that is, it's now spinning in circles. 10, 9, it's being counted out. It's now displaying a sad face. And Life and Death has destroyed its wheel. And that is Out of Micro Troll counted out, and the win goes to Life and Death. So next up we have Team Fight's little sights on the left versus Baphomet on the right. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Baphomet spinning up, and Team Fight's little sight aiming to get into Baphomet closely. Baphomet doing some damage to the front of Team Fight's little sight. And Team Fight's little sight is stuck on its back. That is it. It's out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is Team Fight's little site counted out, and Baphomet takes the win. Cool. So next up, on the left we have Stewie, and on the right we have RBMK. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. RBMK getting in, Stewie getting in. Next up to RBMK, the sparks are flying, and RBMK is in the air. And that is a very decisive win to Stewie, and a couple of chips out of our arena. That was very nice.
That's RBMK out.
RBMK is out. We now have a new champion.
This is Beanarino. Roboteers, are you ready? No. Nobody's ever ready for a spinner. 3, 2, 1, activate. That is both robots now getting out. Mini careful. Whoa! Hey! And that's it. 5, 10, 9. No! I think that's the win to. Yeah. They only got down to a count of 8. That is the win to Beanarino.
By a technical.
Oh, what a shame.
Technicality wins are the best kind of win.
Sad times.
That was rough.
That was.
Oh no.
That hurt.
Hey, so, next up on the left we have Psychopathy. And on the right we have Lego Out of Here. Roboteers, are you ready?
Stare at the camera. Yes, dude.
3, 2, 1, activate. Lego Out of Here.
I'm running away. I don't know how to approach this.
Lego Out of Here, attempting to win on sheer terror alone, and Lego Out of Here is inverted. Lego Out of Here attempting to be flipped out by Psychopathy. Lego Out of Here is on its side but managing to limp forward. Psychopathy is now attempting to grip it. Lego Out of Here is the right way up now. Psychopathy attempting to grip and chuck Lego Out of Here out, but can't quite get a grip on those moving parts. That's a bit of Lego Out of Here, but like some undead fiend, it keeps on coming towards Psychopathy. Now limping along on its back right leg. It's it is moving along. Oh, that very. That is now not moving. 10.
It is still.
Yeah. Okay, and that is Lego Out of Here is now the right way up. Lego Out of Here, spilling on its upside down, attempting to get kicked out by Psychopathy. Lego Out of Here is now out in the corner at 10, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is the winter Psychopathy. On the left we have Manticore, and on the right Tyrant. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Both robots, Manticore is choosing to leave that. Oh, Tyrant managing to spin up against Manticore. Manticore stuck on the edge, flipping itself the right way up, almost getting chipped out by Manticore, by Tyrant. Tyrant almost getting pushed into the pit by Manticore, managing to do a little bit of damage to the rear of Manticore. Manticore's top panel has now been lifted off, or is that its front panel? It is now being pushed into the pit.
Okay,
10, 9, 8. Oh, okay, it is touching. That is a win to Tyrant. Do you want to level out? The left we have For Fox's Sake, and again I feel the urge to reiterate that's FOX. And on the right we have See It, Say It, Sorted. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. That is all. For Fox's Sake, getting in underneath See It, Say It, Sorted very quickly there, attempting to flip it out, but of course those large starting walls causing an issue for this particular tactic today. See It, Say It, Sorted hasn't spun up its saw yet. Of course, it had some issues with that last round, but maybe it'll manage to reclaim that. It's now spun up the saw and is presumably going to attempt to do some damage to For Fox's Sake. For Fox's Sake, though, is navigating very deftly and definitely controlling this fight. Keeping See It, Say It, Sorted in the corner. Whoa, See It, Say It, Sorted hanging against the inside of our box there. See it sorted, spinning around a lot, and is now on its back and is now righted itself. For fuck's sake, really controlling this fight and managing to keep See it sorted exactly where it wanted to be, and it now has pushed it off the edge, giving the win to, for fuck's sake. Once again doing it in victory dance. That was almost exactly a minute. Because I can recycle. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Oh, because I can recycle very quickly, attempting to get to Vampire. Vampire spinning up and using that club. Vampire taking a couple of rips out of the front of because I can recycle. Oh, almost driving out the edge there from the hook because I can. Because I can has just lost a rubber band around its tyre. And wow, we got some sparks flying there as Vampire spins up, and Vampire has shredded the front of Because I Can open. My word, it's driving around like a faceless Moor. And Because I Can has tapped out, winning, giving the win to Vampire. Apparently there's a Lyco experience.
Yeah, Lyco's just behind there.
Oh man, we are... Lipo fire levels increase. It stopped Baphomet. And on the right, we have Life and Death. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. So both of these drivers and robots have proven themselves to be very, very strong, although Baphomet seems to have lost centre on one of his spinners. Yes, that is his vertical spinner is out. Its vertical spinner is now split into a number of pieces that have been strewn about the arena. Oh! Life and Death was just driven out of the arena, giving the win to Baphomet.
Well,
You've got pieces left in there.
can I just make a point? I'm not going back in with it like that, so put him through.
Okay. Through an amazing show of sportsmanship there, we are moving forward with Life and Death. So next up we have on the left Warlock, and on the right shows up and kills Thanos. Roboteers, are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, activate. Warlock getting very quickly over to shows up and kills Thanos' side. Kills Thanos is now attempting to take some chips out of the front of Warlock. Warlock attempting to use as a sort of drive as a pusher, but of course he's going against those 6 wheels of shows up and kills Thanos. Getting shows up and kills Thanos up the side of the arena there. Of course, that is a very slim robot. Oh, taking a bit of damage on the front of Warlock. Warlock again taking a hit every time he slides up, and that is some of the acetate flying off of Warlock as shows up against Thanos, manages to do a little bit of damage to the front and has in fact chipped the left side of Warlock. Warlock is now really a bit on the ropes, well, not quite on the ropes, but on the downtick here compared to earlier where they were fairly even. Warlock attempting to still regain control, but shows off and kills Thanos is providing some excellent area denial, although Warlock just taking a little bit more over the top, but every time Warlock approaches he gets a little bit of a chip taken out of him. Warlock now upside down, following this downward turn. Of course, every time he drives up Thanos, shoot! Shows up against Thanos, he's lost his spinner, but Warlock is in the pit, and it's a win for Shows Up and Kills Thanos.
We don't need like
Oh, Jesus.
Did you just shout, "It's a boy"?
that was shows like a kill Thanos.
Okay, the right is wait for it. Roboteers, are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, activate. Dory very quickly getting into center. Wait for it, also getting into center, but both of them backing off. This is going to be an interesting game as both have a similar play style. Dory, of course, is also a flipper, as is Wait For It. But not only that, they both seem to sort of hesitantly back off, although, following previous technical difficulties, Dory does have its front scoop lifted a little bit, which maybe Wait For It is going to be able to make use of. Also, Wait For It is exhibiting a line of acetate on its front flipper. Currently, both robots are managing to sort of square off against each other. Wait For It gets Dory on top of it, but doesn't manage to get it out of the arena. I'm actually beginning to wonder about the flipping power of Wait For It. I'm not entirely sure it has the power to lift up Dory. This could lead to some difficulty, as we've seen with other flips. Oh, and Dory has Wait For It grip. Oh, and Wait For It pushes Dory off the edge, giving a win to Wait For It.
Actually, this little section here is just
Next up, in the left of the arena, we have Big Hero 6, and on the right of the arena, we have Don't Worry Sweetie, I'll Crump With You. Roboteers, are you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, activate. Big Hero 6 very quickly getting in around to the right of Don't Worry Sweetie, I'll Crump With You. Crump equally comes back with a quick spin, and Crump is almost into it, and Crump falls out, giving the win to Big Hero 6. So, next up in the left side of the arena, we have Ant Kev, and on the right we have Please Shut Up. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Oh, please, Ant Kev immediately destroying the eyes of Please Shut Up. Please Shut Up now reverting to its base form. Ant Kev attempting to flip Please Shut Up, but struggling. This is the first time we've seen Ant Kev struggle to immediately get under a thing. Ant Kev has flipped a part of our arena out, and is now attempting to get underneath Please Shut Up. Ant Kev now successfully under Please Shut Up, but because of the higher walls in the corner, they're struggling, and Please Shut Up has righted itself. Ant Kev almost being pushed out of the arena by Please Shut Up. I think Ant Kev has the higher driving power from Please Shut Up, but Please Shut Up is managing to get under Ant Kev slightly more. Ant Kev now very, very delicately trying to get in around the side. Oh, and that was Please Shut Up almost in the pit. Ant Kev now has an eye. Oh no, Please Shut Up reclaimed one of its eyes. Ant Kev attempted to get under. This is a very different game from all of the other ones we've seen from Ant Kev previously. And that is Ant Kev pushing Please Shut Up out of the arena, and the victory goes to Ant Kev.
Shall we have?
So, next up, we have Valkyrie on the right versus on the left, rented for the Roboteers' pleasure. Roboteers, are you ready? Yep. 3, 2, 1, activate. And rented for the Roboteers' pleasure immediately goes over to Valkyrie, but Valkyrie matches that by revving up. Valkyrie ripping out the inside from the underneath of rented for the Roboteers' pleasure, and that is Valkyrie out. And the win goes to rented for the Roboteers' pleasure. So, next up in the left we have Torque Lift, and on the right we have Micro Newton. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Torque Lift and Micro Newton doing a bit of a dance and not quite touching each other yet, and they have now touched. That is Micro Newton being pushed backwards by Torque Lift. Torque Lift does, in fact, not only have quite a bit of torque on its lifting motor, but also a reasonable amount of torque on its drive wheels. But then again, it seems that Micro Newton does too. Micro Newton edging closer to the back side of that left arena there. That was almost... Oh! And Torque Lift does the same, falling in the arena, giving a win to Micro Newton. Paint it in radium. Oh, okay. Next up, on the left we have Isorosaurus, and on the right we have Yeetus and Retreaters. Haha, yeah man, Chad. Roboteers, are you ready?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think I'm alright.
You're doing good.
I beat you.
Good day at work. How's the wife?
3, 2, 1. Activate. Yeetus and Retreatus immediately getting close, or at least I think that was Retreatus getting close. Oh no, that was Yeetus. And Isorosaurus is attempting to get under them, but Yeetus and Retreatus both have a very low ground clearance, so they're just holding Isorosaurus up. Isorosaurus struggling to get underneath them, I presume will be attempting to go from the side, is now coming round, rotating a little bit, slight on the terrain. Now, Retreatus is capturing... Oh no, Yeetus again, I always confuse. Yeetus capturing... Oh, Yeetus almost being pushed out, but then once again going underneath Isorosaurus. Isorosaurus pushing, and that is Retreatus into the pit. We're left with Isorosaurus and Yeetus now. Isorosaurus again trying to push Yeetus into the pit, not quite managing it. Very close. These two robots are very similar in design, apart from the like eerie things on one of them. Oh! And it would appear that Retreatus is now sat underneath of Isorosaurus. Isorosaurus is struggling to do anything. Oh, and Isorosaurus has managed to decouple itself from Yeetus. Yeetus. Apparently, Isorosaurus being on top of Yeetus there managed to jam one of the wheels of Yeetus, which is why it was not able to capitalize on that previous position. Yeetus almost pushing Isorosaurus out of the arena, but Isorosaurus managing to stay in there. It would appear that Yeetus has... And that is the win to Yeetus and Retreatus. Yeah, man, sad. That was very cool.
Can we have smiley face?
Colon parentheses. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Barrelbot spinning up. Colon parentheses gets underneath Barrelbot jiggling about quite a bit. Hopefully, Colon parentheses is going to plan to use this to its advantage. So far, Barrelbot has proven very formidable to every other robot. I think Barrelbot here will be wanting to get in at the side of Colon parentheses. Colon parentheses almost managing to push Barrelbot out. Barrelbot slowing down its rev and speeding back up again, gaining a little bit more stability. Colon parentheses going underneath Barrelbot. Colon parentheses, of course, last year's championship winner. Colon parentheses is down. But Colon parentheses win and Barrelbot gets driven out.
Mere second after losing a time.
Next up we have Zero on the left and Rocket on the right. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate! Zero very quickly getting over to Rocket. Rocket is spinning up and attempting to nudge into Zero. I actually think with the scoop on Zero here, Rocket's going to struggle to get any lock onto the front of Zero. Rocket managing to do a little bit of chipping damage to the front, but only bending the metal slightly. Rocket on top of Zero, but didn't quite get pushed out. Zero is just pushing Rocket around, and that is Rocket in the pit, and the win goes to Zero.
Next, we have Warlock versus Lifestyle.
We have Warlock, who has just informed me that he's been up against a spinner every time and never had to change a body. Against life and death. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Warlock, very quickly. I'm not entirely sure if that was before Activate was called, but the fight is continuing here. And that is Warlock in the pit. And the win goes to life and death. In the left side of the arena we have Vampire, and in the right side of the arena, a robot that needs no introductions. Don't worry, sweetie, I'll crump with you. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Vampire spinning up to full speed. Don't worry, sweetie, I'll crump with you. Getting over. The bar on Vampire stopping there. I'm getting a little bit faint. I should stop speaking so much. And that is a win to Don't worry, sweetie, I'll crump with you. And Vampire is out of the edge. So don't worry, sweetie, I'll crump with you has taken a sizable chunk of damage.
It's a bit of acetone and it'll be fine. Has anyone got acetone?
Not here, sadly. Okay. Next up, on the left, we have Stewie, and on the right, we have Rocket. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate.
Are you serious?
Oh man, every time.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh shoot, yeah. This is sorry, I was enthralled. Enthralled. Stewie is managing to grab onto Rocket. Rocket is spinning up. Oh, Rocket just managed to do a little bit of damage to the front of Stewie there. Stewie's lifter is slightly dislodged. Oh, Stewie got very close to falling into the pit. And Rocket is out. That's the win to Stewie.
More victory.
Right, we have Please Shut Up with eyes reattached. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. For fuck's sake, getting over to Please Shut Up very quickly and shoving the eyes into the pit out of an act of sheer hatred, apparently. For fuck's sake, attempting to get under. Now, of course, every flag that has been attached to For Fuck's Sake is a symbol of its victories prior, and it is now seemingly playing with Please Shut Up. Managing to flip a lot. This is... Oh, and that is Please Shut Up into the pit, and another flag for fuck's sake.
So yeah, I win at AWS and you win at Botfest with 2 and 2.
Valkyrie and Tyrant.
On the left we have Valkyrie, and on the right we have Tyrant. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. These are 2 vertical spinner robots. Of course, one of them is held together mostly with hot glue, and the other one with metal and bolts. That is a chunk out of Tyrant. This looks like it might be in the bag for Valkyrie, but we can't quite tell. Valkyrie ripping up the underside of Tyrant, but not doing solid chunks of damage. Tyrant just driving over Valkyrie. Oh! And that is Tyrant in 2 pieces. A piece of hot glue, I think, can be seen keeping it together. And Valkyrie is now just digging into Tyrant, really capitalising on the damage done. And that is a solid piece. Tyrant is now in 2 pieces, and Tyrant goes in the pit. Valkyrie wins. Okay, so next up on the left we have Psychopathy, and on the right we have Torcliff. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Psychopathy moving. Torcliff having control issues right out of the bat. This could be detrimental to Torcliff, who can't drive his right wheel, and that is the win to Psychopathy. Sorry now. Well, that's just the way the robot crumbles. So, next up on the left we have Isorosaurus, and on the right we have Beanerino. I'm told by the driver of Beanerino that this is considered to him to be a bit of a grudge match after Isorosaurus took out Advent, another of his robots. Roboteers, are you ready? Yes. 3, 2, 1, activate. And that is Isorosaurus very quickly getting under Beanerino. Of course, Beanerino is very weak once it's on its side, but as soon as it gets it, that spin up, Isorosaurus getting stuck under the edge there, giving Beanerino a chance to spin up. Beanerino's spinner seems to have stopped completely. Isorosaurus has flipped Beanerino to its side. This is basically giving Isorosaurus the win. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's the win to Isorosaurus. Barrelbot. And on the right we have Wait for It. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Barrelbot spinning up very quickly, and Wait for It is edging towards, it is waiting for it seemingly. Barrelbot seems to have some control issues. Wait for It getting in and rounding Barrelbot, attempting to control the play of the game. Barrelbot now figuring out its control issues and recentering. Again, Wait for It is another bot that is very flat, meaning the Barrelbot does not contend particularly well against it unless it gets a chip on the side, as it just did. Wait for It now getting it, and that is Barrelbot out, and the win goes to Wait for It. Next up, we have an interesting fight. On the left, we have Life and Death Resurrected, and on the right, we have the Repaired. Don't worry, sweetie, I'll prompt with you. Still send shivers down my spine. What a horrifying sounding name. Roboteers, are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, activate. Life and Death spinning up now and hitting into Don't Worry Sweetie, I'll Crump with you. Crump is doing surprisingly well against Life and Death. Life and Death spinning back. Maybe he's spinning a little too fast, or maybe Crump is just that well defended on the front. Life and Death almost dislodging itself, using that gyroscopic force to its disadvantage as it spins around. Don't Worry Sweetie, I'll Crump with you is taking a surprising amount of damage here, and Life and Death almost got pitted. But thankfully, due to the grip afforded by those double tyres, seems to be surviving very well.
What about my double tyres?
Both robots have double tyres, I'm being told by the driver of Don't Worry Sweetie, I'll Crump with you. Life and Death spinner has caught on one of its own wires by the looks of it. It's one of its tyres.
It's the back left tyre.
It's now become a pushing match. This will be very interesting here. I'm seeing Robbie flick up some changes on Life and Death. Maybe he's changing a driving mode. Don't Worry Sweetie, I'll Crump with you. Almost getting wedged up on the edge there, but not quite. Both robots are continuing to push each other. This is very interesting indeed. Both robots again pushing against each other. This has turned into a very evenly matched pushing match. Both robots seem incredibly well balanced against each other. It will become a case of which robot falls into a pit first. However, these are two very experienced drivers, so I doubt that one of them is going to make that first problem move. We're approaching the halfway mark now, and both robots are deadlocked. This could turn into quite a slow match, and we could have to go to the judge's decision. Both robots duking it out now, still pushing into each other. That tyre on... Oh, that was almost a fake spin back by Life and Death by the looks of things, almost allowing Don't Worry Sweetie, I'll Crump with you to drive into the pit. We are now rapidly approaching the 30-second remaining mark as both robots attempt to outmaneuver one another, whereas neither of them is letting the other one get close to the pit, but that was almost... And Life and Death has spun back up again. Can he win this in the last 30 seconds he has remaining? I am not sure if this will actually happen. He's doing some hits, but Don't Worry Sweetie, I'll Crump with you is controlling this fight very well, and stopping from any speed from getting up from Life and Death. We have 5 seconds on the clock now. 4, 3, 2, 1, cease. And that was a very close fight. So, Judge is Judge James. James.
I love how colourful out of the arena's got. Yeah. Bag of Skittles.
That was very interesting indeed. Okay. Yep, so, next up on the left we have Valkyrie, and on the right we have For Fox's Sake.
Yeah.
Without the flags.
Before you get entangled around.
For Fox's Sake has taken the sportsmanship-the decision of removing the winning flags from the back of its robot to avoid potential tangles with Valkyrie's drum spin. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Both robots getting into... Oh, and that's a very decisive flip from... And that is a win to Valkyrie, as For Fox's Sake did drive off the edge of the arena. We have Psychopathy in the left versus in the right, Isosaurus. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Isorosaurus very quickly getting close to the pit and managing to flip Psychopathy. Psychopathy, though, being self-righted by the help of its own mechanism and Isorosaurus. Isorosaurus, the driver of Isorosaurus, freaking out there, nearly getting off the edge of the pit, and Psychopathy going upside down and very reliably rewriting itself again. Isorosaurus almost going in the pit again. This is the third brush with that kind of death that it's seen today. Both robots are just... Oh, and that is a win to Isorosaurus via
The drive's too lopsided.
Seb, did you say you had acetate?
This is... oh, whoa! Both robots reversed into the pit. We'll go to the decision...
Judges, was there any aggressor?
Do you want to replay?
I mean, well, how do the two drivers feel about that? Because that was very bizarre.
I'm not sure. I think it should go to the judges as to
I'm
whether
willing
or not
I'm
there
willing
was
to go
an
again if
aggressor.
you are. I think
Yeah.
you did hit the deck first, but there was no particular aggressor in that. I don't think.
So both pilots are willing to go again, as no particular aggressor was founded, was ascertained. So they'll be restarting.
Not about.
3, 2, 1, activate. Stewie being the quickest out, wait for it, living by his namesake and waiting for Stewie to get there. Again, wait for it not managing to lift Stewie. This is the second time that we've seen wait for it verifiably not be able to lift another robot. I do believe that Stewie's lifting mechanism is more powerful. Both robots are very similar in design and shape, actually, so no wonder this is a fairly even match, although wait for it now upside down. Whoa, Stewie almost being tricked into driving to the pit, I think, or maybe wait for it could have fallen in there as well. At this point in time, it's anyone's game to play for. Both robots are performing a sequence of grips and shoves of each other. This is kind of reminding me of some sumo match that we've had before. Oh, and wait for it now. Oh, wait for it had a grip on Stewie very well and fine, but didn't quite utilize that grip to maximum potential. Again, wait for it getting underneath Stewie. I'm beginning to suspect here that wait for it has the lower wedge, which he might be able to use to his advantage, but seeing as both robots are fairly slim, there actually isn't much of a benefit of one robot being on top of another, unless that flip can be timed perfectly, as was just demonstrated there, but not quite lined up. And wait for it almost drove into the pit. Wait for it attempting to flip Stewie there, but again, Stewie not quite moving. We are now reaching the 1 minute mark, 1.5 minute mark. We're at 50% of the way through. Wait for it very nearly going into the pit again. And Stewie rotating around. These two bots are some of the most even. Oh, and that is a win to wait for. A very even match indeed. Big Hero 6, and on the right we have, it shows up and kills Thanos. Roboteers, are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, activate. Shows up and kills Thanos, has immediately given birth to its internal spinner motor there. Big Hero 6 is attempting to shove it into a corner. Both robots have 6 wheels and a reasonable amount of traction, so this will be quite an interesting match, I think, in the long run. Big Hero 6 now attempting to push, shows up and kills Thanos into the corner, but not doing so particularly well. Shows up and kills Thanos, is being pushed into the corner by Big Hero 6. That is the win for Big Hero 6. So, next up on the left, we have Yeetus and Cheetus. Haha, yeah man, chat. And on the right, we have Micronewton. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Yeetus is retreated. No, Yeetus is getting very close and out very quickly. Micronewton is now on its side. Yeetus managing to push it the right way round. Meanwhile, Retreatus hangs around the back, proving to provide some secondary support. Micronewton is being moved around the arena completely on the terms of Yeetus and Retreatus at the moment, but managing to flip Retreatus away just then. Now Eutus is underneath Micronewton again. Both of these robots are very slim and very good at keeping under. They're going for a rush to get it in, and that is a win to Eutus and Retreatus. Haha, yeah man, chat.
Here comes the boy.
0, and on the right we have colon parentheses. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. 0, not moving very much. Again, 0 does not seem to move in the beginning, and colon parentheses very, very closely falling into the pit. This should be interesting, as colon parentheses has proven itself to be driven quite well these last couple of rounds, but so has 0, taking a more directed approach. 0 also seems to have more power behind it than colon parentheses. Again, colon parentheses just misses a brush with the pit. Both robots are pushing against each other. Colon parentheses spins out with 0 going to the right. 0 is doing a good job at maintaining a solid, safe bit of ground at the moment, whereas colon parentheses is sort of bouncing around and trusting in luck a lot of the time, I feel, but who knows? Both of these drivers are fairly experienced, or well, very fairly experienced, and are proving to be very equally matched. It's just a matter of time, but colon parentheses drives himself out of the arena. Difficulties from Antkev. We now have in the left Antkev, and on the right, rented for the Roboteers' pleasure. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Both robots immediately going into each other. Antkev having that phenomenal pushing power that we've seen before, and hopefully we'll be able to unleash that lifting power that we've seen as it's managed to get things out. Rented for the Roboteer Society is caught on the tape. Roboteer's pleasure, and that is a win to Antkev. It's what I almost said the first time. It's because I'm too used to hearing the We have the, I'm sure it's definitely going to work, in the left. Now an angled spinner shows up and kills Thanos. And on the right we have, wait for it, Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Shows up and kills Thanos very quickly.
What's that? I was really hoping I was going to get underneath them or have a little.
It's an 8-second match. What a loss! Wait for it.
You waited for it too long.
I'm not angry, I'm disappointed.
Don't you think I am?
2, 1, activate. Both robots very quickly meeting in the center, but not as fast as we've seen other robots go. This might be more of a control match. Oh, and rented for the Roboteers' pleasure has managed to grip and. That's very tactical driving and a win to rented for the Roboteers' pleasure. So, next up we have Valkyrie versus Micronewton in the right, Valkyrie's in the left. Roboteers, are you ready?
No.
Are you sure?
It's ready, so let me see.
3,
Yes, Tate's going.
2, 1, activate. Both robots now edging forwards very slowly, and Valkyrie chipping up, but not doing much damage to Micronewton. Micronewton almost falling into the pit backwards there. Valkyrie revving up to a higher velocity, taking a chip out of the back right of Micronewton. Micronewton is surviving these hits surprisingly well, but not managing to get any forward momentum underneath it. That's just tipped Micronewton back onto its back. Oh, and there goes the acetate off the front of Micronewton. Valkyrie now working to whittle down Micronewton's wedge. Micronewton putting up a solid fight though against Valkyrie. Valkyrie spinning round, really sort of acting like a sort of some kind of hunter-killer animal, moving around the arena and tracking him down from different areas, occasionally dipping out and dipping into the fight. Ha! And Valkyrie takes a quick ride up the front of Micronewton, and again, this could be used for Micronewton's advantage if it happens more than once. Valkyrie almost getting wedged vertically just then, but not quite. Micronewtons surviving surprisingly well. Drove back over Valkyrie there. Micronewton flipping itself upright and by Valkyrie, giving the win to Valkyrie.
Damn it, I always had you. So I'll keep telling myself it's the end of the game.
Here we go. Okay, so next up, in the left-hand side we have colon parentheses, and on the right we have, don't worry sweetie, I'll crump with you. Roboteers. Roboteers, are you ready? Yep. 3, 2, 1, activate. Colon parentheses, despite the fact it took a little while to start there, very quickly getting around the other side of don't worry sweetie, I'll crump with you. Crump almost falling off the edge, but unfortunately Crump is showing... That is the win to don't worry sweetie, I'll crump with you. You ready to roll? So now in the left we have Rented for the Roboteers' pleasure, and in the right we have Shows Up and Kills Thanos with a very, very dodgily mounted spinner. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Shows Up and Kills Thanos takes the advantage there, moving over to Rented. Rented is sort of moving around, despite the fact that Shows Up and Kills Thanos has completely lost its brushless motor. Perhaps Rented can manage to, completely lost cohesive attachment of its brushless motor. Perhaps Rented can be able to capitalise on this gaping hole in the robot. But this is yet to be seen. Both robots seem fairly evenly matched in terms of pushing power and general control of the arena. Rented for the Roboteers' pleasure might be a whoa, and that is a spin up, an accidental spin up. And that is a win. It shows up and goes down. Valkyrie, and on the right we have Don't Worry Sweetie, I'll Crump with You. Scary name that's made it pretty far so far. Roboteers, are you ready? Yeah. 3, 2, 1, activate. Crump is approaching Valkyrie. Valkyrie's doing a reasonable amount of damage to the front of Don't Worry Sweetie, I'll Crump with You. Don't Worry Sweetie, I'll Crump with You is edging close to the edge and has just lost the top. Oh, and that is a win for Valkyrie. Chances of having to say that name again. Okay, so next up we have the first of our semi-final winners bracket fight. On the left we have Big Hero 6, and on the right we have Ant Kev. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Big Hero 6 getting in, but not as fast as Ant Kev. Big Hero 6 revving up again. Ant Kev attempting to push Big Hero 6 off early game, and that is a win to Big Hero 6. So next up in our second round of the winners semi-final, on the left we have Zero, and on the right we have Yeetus and Retreatus. Haha, yeah man, Chad. Roboteers, are you ready? Yep. 3, 2, 1, activate. Yeetus and Retreatus moving very quickly there. Zero not moving at all, but usually we see Zero move a little later into the day. But Yeetus and Retreatus are performing their usual sort of dogpile tactics here of getting in underneath the other robot and attempting to get it out, and they both succeed in getting Zero out of the ring, giving Yeetus and Retreatus we have in the left corner Valkyrie, and on the right corner Ant Kev for the third match of the winners semi-final. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. And Kev very quickly getting out towards Valkyrie here. And attempting to flip, maybe? Oh, but not quite getting it over that high wall. Valkyrie seems to be a very heavy robot, but of course it will be. And that is a very controlled push of Valkyrie into the pit by Hank Kev. Maybe a few in that. Oh, I don't think we got loads of bits, so you don't have to. Well, he hadn't put it in, so I didn't click the start. But then. Okay, so next up we have in the 5th fight of the winners' semi-finals. On the left we have Zero, and on the right we have Shows Up and Kills Thanos. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Shows Up and Kills Thanos is, oh, caught on the terrain, but now moving forward very slowly into Zero. Zero is heading over the center now and attempting to push back on Shows Up and Kills Thanos. But Shows Up and Kills Thanos is exhibiting some of that excellent sort of tactical control-based play that we've seen of all of Team Panoramic Robots so far. Zero attempting to get in around the side of turns up and kills Thanos, and turns up and kills Thanos, pushes Zero off the edge of the arena, providing a solid win.
What is going on?
Probably tape at the end of this.
No longer the king of bots.
Tape. Yeah. So, next up in the semi-final of the winners bracket, we have on the left Ant Kev, and on the right Shows Up and Kills Thanos. Roboteers, are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, activate. Ant Kev again very quickly out, but once again the low acetate. Oh, and a win, a decisive win. It Shows Up and Kills Thanos. Now we have Big Hero final of the winners bracket. After this we have a few more fights to decide the overall winner. But on the left we have Big Hero 6, and on the right we have Yeetus and Retreatus. Haha, yeah man, Chad. Haha. Roboteers, are you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, activate! All robots now entering the center of the arena very quickly. Yeetus and Retreatus managed to get under Big Hero 6 very well, but Big Hero 6 seems to have the upper hand on the pushing force. All of these robots are very fast robots. Big Hero 6 appears to have some control issues there, as this is an infrared controlled robot, and I believe it just went in the shadow of one of our walls. Meanwhile, Retreatus is going on the Yeetus here and attempting to take out Big Hero 6 into that wall. Big Hero 6 very nearly pushing Retreatus into the pit. Oh, and Retreatus again being very nearly pushed into the pit. Meanwhile, Yeetus is not impacting on Big Hero 6 very much. Big Hero 6 using that very, very fast pusher to navigate around the arena at a very rapid speed. And oh, and there we go. Yeetus is now in the pit. This is entirely down to Retreatus and Big Hero 6 duking it out. Retreatus now on top of Big Hero 6.
Get him.
But now Retreatus is underneath Big Hero 6. Big Hero 6 has a very high forward pushing force, but is still managing not to be able to push Retreatus in. Retreatus is managing to keep Yeetus pinned against the edge there, but is not managing to get Big Hero 6 into the pit either. This is shaping up to be a very evenly matched fight. Big Hero 6 bouncing around. We are now rapidly approaching the halfway mark. Oh, that was Retreatus very nearly in, very closely followed by and that is Big Hero 6 winning the winners bracket and going on.
You said you were going to get excited.
I can't help it, they're robots fighting, man.
Someone needs some notice down because I'm going to be switching the air.
My hands are shaking, but I'm still going.
There's a lot of, the only reason I knew was like Google double elimination bracket explanation.
And the corner one as well.
Oh, the corner one? Oh, the left corner.
The Labman panel.
So, we are now in the semi-final. This is the winner of the losers bracket, or the winner of the lower bracket, I should be saying, versus the runner-up of the winners bracket. I think that's where it is. That is on the left, Yeetus and Retreatus. Haha, yeah, man, Chad. Versus on the right, shows up and kills Thanos. Underdog of the match, I think. Roboteers, are you ready?
Ah, yeah.
Classic Yeetus and Retreatus style. 3, 2, 1, activate. Both robots now, or all three robots, I should say, immediately entering the center of the arena. That was Yeetus very quickly getting underneath, shows up and kills Thanos, but shows up and kills... Oh, and that is... Thanos shows up and kills Thanos very close to the pit, but not quite getting it in. Yeetus and Retreatus need to be working as a team. Oh, and that is Yeetus. No, Retreatus out. Oh, and Yeetus almost being pushed out. Yeetus is once again the final robot in this. This is every, I believe, 3 of the matches have ended with Yeetus being the final robot, and one of them has ended with Retreatus, and that being the last one. But, oh, that was Yeetus almost out, but shows up and kills Thanos, is still performing admirably in this position. And Yeetus is pinning. Yeetus is pinning, and we have to now ask for, okay, Yeetus has now released, turns up and kills Thanos. Turns up and kills Thanos, attempting to get under Yeetus there. Turns up and kills Thanos. Oh! That is a win to Yeetus of Yeetus and Retreatus. Haha, yeah, man, chap. Yeetus and Retreatus will go in for a rematch against the Big Hero 6. Yep. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Okay, so we have reached the final of AWS 59. Who will win? Well, this will...
Can you
this
assign
is
judges because this might go the distance?
Yeah, this is very true. This might go the distance. Do we have a judge assigned?
We have a broken transmitter.
We have a broken transmitter. Jacob, you're happy to judge? Cool. We have an impartial judge fully assigned before the fight. I mean, oh, okay, we have 2 judges assigned.
I'll be the third thing, it's supposed to be 3.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. So, on the for this final round here, Big Hero 6 needs to win only once in order to claim the victory. And Yeetus and Retreatus, haha, yeah man, Chad, need to win twice in order to claim the victory. Roboteers, are you ready?
Do I have to? Yep.
Yeah. Now you can retreat.
3,
Tap out.
2, 1. Activate. All robots moving in very fast speed. This will be a very interesting fight as they have already... Wow! Big Hero 6 very, very quickly getting Retreatus into the pit. Now it's all up to Yeetus, who is attempting to deal with Big Hero 6. Is this a replica? Oh! And that is a loss to Big Hero 6. It seems that Yeetus and Retreatus now have a chance at the final. At the cup.
Hang on, does anyone have a lipo bag?
Yes, there is a lipo bag there, a load over there.
The arena's dusty. Kiss my robot.
It's my one. No one now.
Yeetus and Retreatus.
This is the actual final.
The final.
We are now in the deciding fight of AWS 59. In the left, we've had a very strong contender. Well, in fact, we've had both very strong contenders throughout the competition. In the left, we have Big Hero 6. And on the right, Yeetus and Retreatus. Haha, yeah man, Chad.
Can you say retreat?
Yeah. We're,
No, Dave, I will go over here.
Judge is asking
Covering half the arena with your robots.
Yeetus and Retreatus to clump up. Roboteers, are you ready?
See, senor. Yep.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Activate. All robots very quick. Big Hero 6 not quite as quick this time, perhaps learning from his last mistake of driving off the edge. Yeeters and Retreaters again dogpiling underneath Big Hero 6 and pinning him against that wall. Big Hero 6 now struggling to gain traction out of the edge, which is quite different from usual, where Big Hero 6 generally has good ground control of the arena. That was a brief pin there. Big Hero 6 very nearly going into the pit. While Yeeters and Retreaters pin Big Hero 6 again. This is again seeming to be a tactic of Yeeters and Retreaters of pinning and then attempting to move towards a thing. Oh, and now Yeeters almost getting pushed out there, but not quite. Again. Oh! Excellent play! They pulled their way up and they have finally managed to beat Hero 6. Yeetus' driver, no, Retreatus' driver, rolling on the floor. Yeetus' driver, firing over in happiness. That is it for AWS 59.
Dude, that's fucking low.
I should have put money down. Okay, presenting the drivers of Yeetus and Retreaters, yeah man, Chad, with their trophy for a very, very well done completion of AWS 59. Do you want to say something? For you today, Roboteers! Everybody now, are you ready? Yes! 3, 2, 1, activate! Every robot goes everywhere! Oh my, what this is carnage! Carnage! Hang on, there you go. No! Somebody save me!
Well, sort of.
No!
I'm still on the arena. Somebody drag me back on. Come on. There you go. Come on. Someone shuffle me. Come on. I'm still alive.
I'm still alive.
I'm still alive.
Well, the percussive maintenance is aided to hit on the side.
Where were you? All right. Come on! There's another spinner that's fallen off of its mouth. Come on! No! Again! No!
Try and remove the arena walls, it can happen.
Yeah, lift the arena wall.
Make your own pit!
Oh!
Come on, smiley face.
Come on, smiley face.
I'm just...
No.
Jack.
Jack, your robot's still going.
Your robot's
still going. No, the wheels are still going though. All right.
Except I don't use my own robots in robot.
Yeah. This is where Robbie's not going.
Just attacking now. What's it open? It's open.
It's not going to make any difference, let's be honest.
I had it the wrong way.
Great.
Okay, I'm ready. Somebody want to count us in?
Go. 3, 2, 1. Activate. Oh, sparks on the. Oh. I mean, not shoot through the lavman, was it? Why is the lavman on the inside? For the live stream, so we could.
Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah? I mean, they weren't technically counted out, but like. Well, it's only a white.
Why couldn't it have done that against me?
Yeah, please.
Whenever you've got free time. Sure.
This is Kev Spinner versus Mini Game. A little bit of a rumble. The whiteboard match, even. There we go. Roboteers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, activate. Really quite scary.
Falling off the spinning plane. It's still going, Kevin's still going. Right, there you go.
I'm going to go with the...
I want to test the shield.
I'm not going to bring the hammer down onto a spinner.
Why not? Do it. Whoa! His defender.
Yeah. I'm calling that. Well, it's survived for a while. I said about the carbon rod comments. It wasn't the carbon rod, the entire bracket has been pulled off. Yeah, so if you look at that. The carbon rod is fine. Yeah, the carbon rod is fine. If you look at the shield over there. Oh. Oh my god.
Oh! Yeah, so I'm going to be fighting you soon. But we have a winner!
That went straight from a first
decision. That's what's been done, yeah.
Activate.
At the time, it seemed like a good idea. Quite a few quite on the front.
It's like, what?
Spin around everything was bad when testing stuff.
I'm genuinely impressed every time I see it.
No, I'm just trying to. It's not going to do this and not get a hit in. Come on. Alright, but okay, can you just stay to the side? I think you need better motors.
It was when it was going to fall like that.
It's just a flesh. It is the kind of mouse you give children so that they can cast them across the front. Yeah. I have a small collection of computer mice I'm planning on converting.
Harry, I don't think it's mice, I think it's mouses in that situation specific.
You can just shut your mouth, you know. That's an option that you have.
Shut my mouth.
I'm lodged in your wheel. I'm not trying to lift the wall.
Yeah, this is just getting boring.
Yeah. No more mouse ball.
Spinners.
Unless someone wants to go at it.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Don't just go straight on. Come on. Come on, hit me.
I held the motor.
Yeah.
Yep. Cease.
That light post can hit as well.
Just push a scratch.
Have you just ripped the 2 spikes off?
No, I've put a different shell on because I was going to go against him on that.
Oh,
And this is my B-top shell.
I can't gang on
Probably didn't
I can't move.
Let's take this in.
I just spin this slowly
This
head that
actually
way.
turns out to be the one where
3, 2, 1, activate.
Oh god. Yeah! This is what it's supposed to do.
Oh, shit.
No, my switch! Oh,
You dealt heavy damage to my mouse.
that's how it's supposed to
That's the
behave.
most damage anyone has ever done.
Someone at the switch. Someone hit the switch.
Can I turn it back on? Where is it?
the switch, that's easy. Body survives.
Ah, no. Now this is the
Get in.
We got one.
Yeah, me.
Oh. You waited all that time.
Oh, yeah! Where's your mask?
It's not actually like beyond.
This is the crippled rumble plus Marge.
Yeah.
We're the yeah, but we're the ultimate. Ours is so full that we didn't even enter it, so that's how not crippled.
There's also a really big cluster.
You went 0 and 2 and you want to take on the chat.
Our ego's really gone through the roof now.
He was already there anyway.
Come on, mouse.
You can do it, win it.
Is this still going to happen? Yeah. Mainly because I can't bother to write anything else on.
I don't think anyone else. We don't even know.
You're the reason.
That's how power is supposed to be.
You personally.
To be fair, it's really without
Somebody.
Yeah, without a wall here, I'm fine. Well, the best thing is with the wall. The best thing with the wall is the wall stuff. You can show. So what you did, like, I'm going to take you out. That's about it. Turn it on, switch down. Actually, you can do it on your phone.
No.
Dude, very, very small screen.
I'm thinking more self-right.
What's the rule on anybody who's bored, I guess?
Yeah,
Yeah, please not.
The chunks.
Yeah, no surprise. Alright then. I count down. Right.
3, 2, 1, go! Someone vote me, please. I'm not really. Get Newton to run this. Newton, help the slab.
Help me.
Send help.
Oh no.
Right, that's not get one point.
To drive.
What is the
You are dying so hard.
dead.
My mission.
And then, yeah, the walls could get lifted.
We usually run one championship. First semester.
And the only spinner is
Right, who's over there? I'll come for you.
We're looking.
I can't get through it. Ah, yes. It's great.
We'll tell, like, we've got a couple of hands.
Right, no, we don't play ball. No! Come here, you bastard. Just get a Beyblade.
No, I think the barrels aren't here and I'll charge.
My philosophy.
Well,
Harry Brown.
Cool, yeah.
Oh, that's like that. I got you, buddy.
Yeah, Rebecca's currently controlling.
I think we need to wait for.
Oh no, do you want to have Yeah. So that's your right.
Get a box. Give me that trophy.
Let the wars begin!
Can I have everyone's attention? Okay, let's we're going to finish all fights at about 5:30, so we can pack up to 6. So if you want to get a fight in,
Yeah,
guys, can we wait until he
yeah,
goes
I'm
to the
genuinely surprised it's like,
Right,
like,
go.
I wasn't expecting.
I'm watching it dig into the side of the wood.
You want something?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it
Mouse
to.
versus Doombar.
I was expecting.
Nobody gives them.
Yeah, well, you can just punch it, Robbie. Full power. 3, 2, 1, activate. Listen up. Maybe not full power.
Oh my god, actually, it starts on the wood. Whoa!
This could be a last man standing situation where whoever beats two bars.
Sparks wood. No, that's not how it sparks wood.
Well, I got that.
Do you want it to stay in? Should I put it back in or should you want to have it?
If people want to fight,
Three.
I have some days where
1, activate. Bye! Cease.
Wow. Yeah. Oops. That is a thick down.
Where did I hit?
The big gash.
Oh my god.
This is a brand new box. Get you them up.
Oh, fuck.
We spent 3 days building a new box and somebody goes and launches a piece of metal through it.
Who else wants to go against Doombar?
See, that would have.
It's the whiteboard.
No one want Doombar? I might be going in. You want another guy? Oh, wait. Are you both against Doombar? Alright, lock the door, please. 3, 2.
This control starts.
Actually, could you get back a little bit?
Sorry.
3,
These
2,
controls are inversed.
1,
so I'm not
activate.
breathing.
Whoa! Join.
It's still alive.
Your wheel is on.
What's the fuck?
Right here.
Oh! You'll get. I will get one for this.
I need to get a titanium.
I thought we'd got it. Nice bit short, let's go. Yes!
Say we're having like a massive loads of robots going on the table. With all robots to cover the table. Is it big?
Thank you.
a robot photo.
Oh, I'm stuck on my power cable.
There you
Thanks.
go. Fixed it.
No, I'm stuck on it again.
Oh no! Spin down, I want to get sent out to the photos.
At the back, maybe.
One there. Move these and put it like that. Try to play. What am I doing?
Just that one of it.
Okay.
That's mine. Right. You can go in, come in the photo now. So
Come on, Seth.
Squat for that long.
What did you do?